Hey, and how you doing, folks? Look at us, the long-awaited return. I'm Brother Ramon.
And I'm Brother Jay, as always.
And you
unfortunately
are watching Fake Ass Podcast.
Yeah, you are, bitch.
Woo! Playing anything interesting, watching anything, listening to anything these past couple of weeks we've been gone?
Yeah. I got in this really, for some reason, deep Final Fantasy hole. You know?
All right. Nothing wrong with a little Final Fantasy hole.
Yeah. I beat 9, which was way better than I expected to be honest. And then I almost beat 3, but that did the classic bullshit Final Fantasy thing where you get locked, like once you enter the final dungeon, you get locked out, and then if you weren't strong enough to beat the final boss,
there
tough fucking cookies, you know what I mean?
Now you got JRPG struggle, you know?
Yeah, I basically got to pretty much at this point restart the game just because I picked the wrong jobs and my motherfuckers are too weak, you know what I mean? So
that's
I'm just
always
throwing spaghetti arms.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's for series like that, it's the idea that you need to know that this is a grinding game.
Right.
To take the time to make sure that you're spending maybe days or hours leveling up your character.
The fucked up part is I definitely
prepared.
did that.
You
I
did
did
that.
that.
That's even more heartbreaking.
And it's not even that not even that I didn't grind enough. It's that I grinded the wrong guys, which is the problem, you know. And the team that worked for everything else doesn't work for the final boss. So I'm fucked. So I consider that one beaten.
All right,
know
nice
I mean?
to beat another one down the hatch.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. I started playing FF14 again, which was probably a mistake. That game is...
Is that your... I think you told me a while back that, folks, we all have our depression things, our things that kind of not necessarily depress us, but it's like when you're in a slump, you'll play this or watch this or listen to it, and it takes way too much of your social life.
Yeah.
That it's not saying like it is soothing you, but it's one of those things, man, I haven't talked to Jay in a while. What's happened? Locked us up. Playing Final Fantasy 14 again.
Literally.
Hey, Bo, you try to come out?
No.
Come see the hoes tonight?
Nah.
I'm good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm locked in, baby. I'm straight. I played a little bit of 12 too, because I had that. I threw that on. That one's okay. That game's always like way more fun in my memory. And then when I go to play it, I realize it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Let's see. Watching wise, your boys caught up on White Lotus. Actually, I haven't seen the new episode that came out yesterday. It's Monday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yesterday. But you got to watch that show, bro. That's a great show to watch with your chick, dude. Cuz it's
with my beloved?
With your beloved. Yeah, with your boo thing. Cuz it's definitely I saw a meme once that perfectly explained the show. It's like we really sit here locked in on White Lotus. This shit is like just only nosy people are sitting here locked in on White Lotus. No plot, no nothing. We just in these people business, and that's exactly what it's like.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. You're just in these white people business, and it's
that's really what
great.
the show. Because every time I look at White Lotus, I'm not reading the synopsis. I'm just looking at the pictures and just the White Lotus, the characters on the cover and the whatever. And I always thought with the name and everything that it's like, is this like a mystery show? Because it feels like these white, rich, people goes to some foreign land and everything seems cool. And then mysteries afoot.
Yeah, and then hijinks and
That's what I thought the series is. Is it more of like, people go on a vacation or go to some destination and drama ensues?
Kind of, yeah. So it's, I realized there's actually a lot of overlap between that and JoJo, which is kind of crazy. And I didn't realize that to the end of season 2. But basically, in the way that JoJo's like, each season is like a new it's like the same family, like new characters, new problems, new antagonists, sort of like stuff like that. It's sort of the same idea, and how in JoJo everything's connected with this family tree. In White Lotus, everything's connected with this like chain of hotels, kind of like these like luxury hotels that they have all over the world, right? And they're called White Lotus, right?
Okay,
so
I was gonna say you said luxury hotels, like a chain of Motel 6s,
right?
But it's like, no, we got pinkies out, baby. This is Hilton
facts.
shit.
Oh yeah. It's super super nice shit, and like the visuals in that show, it's directed beautifully, so like the first season's in Hawaii, the second one's in Italy, the third one is in like Thailand, I think.
Okay.
And so they're all like different locales, and the hotels are very different from each other. But it's always like, you know, the group of people who were staying there that week or whatever, and the entanglement of their lives, you know. But that show has great characters. It's crazy. There's a so okay. When I remember in the car when we came back from Milwaukee a few days ago, when I was like telling Jess she has to catch up.
Yes.
Right. What I was kind of getting at was spoilers.
Give him a second.
Spoilers.
We good?
All right, we're good. Okay. So there in the new season, Walton Goggins is in it, right?
Hell yeah.
And his character is like this kind of scummy, I guess, rich guy. Like it kind of gives the energy like he spent all the money he had to be there for that week, and he's got this chick with him, who's like this British chick with like one of the most unfortunate set of teeth I've ever seen in my life, dude.
Like as real life teeth, or like in the show?
No, they're real. No, I thought they were prosthetic too. They're real. They look like really pretty girl otherwise, but they look like you remember the way Family Guy would draw British people?
Yeah.
Like just the whole like half their jaws sticking out.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this chick looks like. And so she's like this nice young chick. Walton Goggins is dating her or whatever, and she's just kind of trying to like take in the sights and be all like, oh, Thailand vacation. And he's there with a ulterior motive. And he's trying to track down the guy who killed his dad, who apparently lives in Thailand. And he's trying to like get close to the guy, whatever. And I guess the guy is he's either the husband of the chick who owns the hotel, or he owns the hotel and the chick runs it, something like that. And so he ends up like finally figuring out what this dude's gonna be. And he's going to like link up with him and try and like get in with him and get a meeting with this guy. And so he goes to Bangkok, and he meets up with an old friend of his. Okay, and he needs to get like a gun and help and everything with this little mission he's got. And the friend is Sam Rockwell. You know who that is?
Yeah.
Sam Rockwell's the man, dude. And he's there, and like they go meet up at this bar, and they like order drinks, and Sam Rockwell's like, "Oh no thanks, I'm sober now." And Walton Goggins like, "That's crazy. We've literally never hung out sober. Like I don't even know what to do now. You know, I mean, we're friends for years, and all we've ever done is get fucked up together." So he's asked him like, "So what happened? Why'd you get sober?" And then Sam Rockwell goes on the most unhinged monologue that I've ever seen. Like this is definitely like the most memed part of the show is just reactions to this monologue.
I think because you said he's having this conversation with Walton Goggins, correct?
Yeah.
I think I've seen clips and at least people using clips and different memes and stuff like that because they're like sitting at a bar, just having a 2-on-2 moment, or excuse me, one-on-one moment. I forgot what. I guess he did say a lot of things.
Did you see it? Did you see what he said?
Not the whole thing, but at least bits and pieces.
Bro,
and just Walton Goggins' reaction.
Yeah, he was be like, all right. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
I love the memes like commending Walton Goggins' listening skills in that scene. Like it was really him, you know? Like it wasn't just acting with the fucking body double on the other side of the table. But no, this man goes on about like, do you want me to tell you what the monologue is? What he says?
It doesn't really matter to me.
Okay.
I'm just thinking for Fappers, do you want to listen to it? All right, let's give it a listen.
So what happened was, he happened is he goes, so I got here, I'm rich. I'm going to give you the quick version. I was drinking my ass off every night, right? That leads to bitches, right? He's like, I've always loved Asian girls, so I figured let's go to Thailand where they're like the most beautiful. And his words, not mine. And he goes, and I'm having different girls every night. And, it's great. Sometimes multiples. He's like, it reminds me of, you ever seen The Goods? Have I showed you that movie?
No.
Dude, if you ever seen The Goods, 2000s comedy fucking gold, dude. There's a part in that movie where I think it's Ving Rhames. And he's confessing to this girl that he's never made love before. And she's like, are you a virgin? And he's like, oh, nah. I've had 3 ways, 4 ways, menage a trois, menage a tres, golden showers, silver showers, platinum showers. And he's just like,
Cleveland Steamers.
Yeah.
Ohio famous.
Dirty Sanchez. How's your mother? Yeah, I've done it all. And then he leans in, he's like, I've been fucking shit up. And then he's like, I done made love to him. But anyway, so that's kind of what it's like.
If you can, I know you just got started a little bit, but we have to make this interesting, right? So can I give you a little challenge?
Sure.
Right. I do some improv, and I think you can do some improv. And could you tell me this model? Could you recreate this monologue, as in like how you would like if you could remember everything he said? And I'm just gonna come up to you and just pretend this actually happened to you.
Okay.
But you're saying it. Now you could adjust to say obviously you didn't memorize the whole thing.
Sure.
But just recreate it the best you can, and I will be Walton Goggins.
Okay.
There we go. Forehead big enough?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There you go. All right.
All right, so we'll just...
All right, so...
All right, just pretend
Okay.
Like I'm just asking you.
I got it.
Like you're not drinking.
Yeah.
Okay, so
let's
take it up.
Yeah.
Lights up.
Yeah, and action.
Yeah, Jay, man, it's been a while, man. So you're not drinking anymore, bro? What
Nah,
happened?
nah,
What do you mean
man.
you ain't drinking anymore?
Nah, listen. So when you're this rich and this medium handsome, okay, you get here, every night's a party. You get 1 girl, 2 girls, and that's not enough. You get 3 girls, 4 girls, and I love me some Asian pussy. That's the reason I moved here in the first place.
Yes, you do.
God damn, if anyone knows me, Sam Rockwell, they know that there's one thing.
Sam Rockwell.
Have you seen Choke, motherfucker? Watch it, okay? That's all I can say. Anyway, and eventually, 1 girl's not enough. 2 girls not enough. 3 girls not enough. And I started thinking to myself, why do I love these Asian girls so much? And one day I'm like, you know what, bitch? Maybe I want to be an Asian girl. So I had one of these ladies. One night I brought home one of these chicks, and I made the classic mistake. It was a lady boy. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't discriminate. I've had lady boys before. I've had 1 lady boy, 2 lady boys, 3 lady boys, maybe 4 times in a night. But this one was different. So I made her dress up like me.
Word?
And I dressed up like her.
Word?
And I made her fuck me. For the first time, I was penetrated.
Word.
And you know what? It was it was amazing. And then I got addicted to that. And then I started going on Craigslist. And I started buying all this little Asian K-pop bullshit. And then I started having these white guys who kind of resembled me come over and fuck me while I dressed up as an Asian girl. Let me tell you something. For my money, I look damn good. Okay? So then these dudes would come over, and they'd fuck my tight little ass. And I'd have 1 dude, 2 dudes, 3 dudes, 4 dudes in a night sometimes. Some of them I'd even have to pay. Side note, that's hilarious, by the way, to try and catfish these guys and have them come over and go, I don't know, man. And you'd be like, I'll pay you. And they'll be like, okay.
All right. And continue.
All right.
Okay.
All right, anyway. And then I started thinking, like, why can't I make happy the little Asian girl in me? Maybe I'm not a creepy middle-aged white man. Maybe I am a little Asian girl in my heart. And the only way to figure that out is to get sober and one with God. Anyway, that's why I'm sober.
And scene.
And scene. Yeah, that's basically what he said, which is hilarious to me from multiple levels. But the funniest to me is like, I don't think the drinking was the problem, my boy. At no point did you mention how you were you being hammered led to.
And then Walter got so how many shots would you take? I would take 3 back shots, 4 back shots. No, like of whiskey, gin, vodka. What?
Yeah.
What are you talking? Oh, right.
I don't know, 1 or 2. I have a couple.
But I'm a lightweight.
I have a couple. Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, so that show was crazy. They got brothers making out with each other and shit. It is a weird-ass show. It is weird. Second season really got me in because I just finished Sopranos, and they got my boy Chris Maltasanti is in there. Mm-hmm. And he's like an old rich piece of shit, but, whatever. But yeah, I'm watching that. I'm watching The Pit, which is a great medical drama. It's pretty crazy about the ER in Pittsburgh. It's one of those easier said than, kind of just watched and explained.
I did not realize that's why they call it The Pit.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but they just because it's a hospital in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. ER. Crazy shit. Righteous Gemstones. This season's been pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. The chick who plays Judy, I forget her name, but I love her, dude. She's awesome. She was great in Vice Principals. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, yeah. Did you finish Vice Principals yet or no?
Me and the beloved are on beginning of season 2, like episode 3 or 4.
Okay, so do you know the chick I'm talking about?
I know.
The art teacher?
Because I saw her, and then I saw a commercial for Righteous Gemstone. I'm like, oh, she's in that too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I feel like Vice Principals doesn't really give her much to do until like the second half of season 2. Then she gets like a lot more screen time, and you can see how fucking funny she is. But she's like a main character in. Wait, did I say Righteous Gemstone doesn't give her shit to do? Or did I say anyway? In Vice Principals season 2, she doesn't have. Vice Principals doesn't have a lot to do until season 2. There you go. And it's out. But Righteous, she's awesome. She's fucking hysterical in Righteous Gemstones. I'm almost done watching Mad Men. Dude, that show is something else. All right. I feel like the later season, I think I just started season 7, or I'm about to start season 7. It's the last season. That show gets pretty bad as it goes. Like there's an episode recently where officially like I was like, this is bad. This is a straight up bad episode. They were all like there was this like new drink on the market. Excuse me. And they all like tried it, and it was basically, it seemed like it was almost like a hallucinogen. Excuse me. And so they were all like fucked up. So like the episode didn't make any sense.
Okay.
Because they'd all like basically be talking nonsense to each other, but then be like, great idea, and then start writing it down, and then like Don Draper would come in and he'd be like, I got it. I got the idea. You go to the storage closet and get me an old file from 1953, and I promise the answer will be in there. And then it's literally the whole episode is like one of those things where like you and your friends are on shrooms or on acid or something, and you like come up with this great idea for a movie or something, and you go to like write it down, and then the next day you go look at it.
The horse
and go,
bullshit. That's what it is.
Yeah. And you're like, this is nonsense. Yeah. That's basically what the episode was about. It was really bad. But overall, Mad Men's been pretty fucking hilarious. The way they talk to women in that show is crazy, dude. It's crazy. Even for me, I'm like...
Even for Jay.
Even for me, I'm like, the shit they're saying, I would never. Like, wild. Like, there's one episode where, towards the beginning, where, like, they need, like female opinions on, like, a product, on, like, this lipstick. And one of the girls is, like, not getting into it. And they start asking her why. And like, thought girls love makeup, you know? It's like candied babies. And she's basically like gives a very nuanced, sort of almost feminist take on the whole thing. And it actually like helps them out. And they're like, huh. And the guy's talking to he's like, okay. And he walks away and he goes, talks to the whole episode. He's talking to everybody. And he's like, you guys wouldn't believe it. She had an idea. It was crazy. You should have seen it. I think at one point one of the guys is like, it was amazing. It was like watching a dog play piano. Wild. Because a woman had an idea. And they're all like, couldn't you believe it?
The times are changing.
Yeah, it's wild. It makes me want to make like a Mad Men spinoff almost. Or not spinoff, but like parody show. That's just like all the things that like they're not saying, you know? Like just get really egregious with like the sexism and the racism and the drinking at work and like just the, you know, the debauchery and just everything else, and just really lean into like the outlandish comedy of like the 50s basically.
The
you
outlandish
know?
comedy of the 50s.
Yeah.
The Flintstones? Well, like what we
No, you know.
No, I know what you're talking.
You know what I mean. Yeah.
That's it?
I think that about does it for me. How about you? I know you've been busy.
All right. I have been a busy bee. Where to start? Well, when it comes to things that pay the bills, you know, you would think that being an actor and a professional improviser, that be paying the bills, but not yet. Not yet.
Nope.
But so I did change career paths. The job I was at, I was at for 6-7 years, and decided to make a change because it felt like if I stayed at that job longer, it felt like that would take more time out of my improv and acting. And it's like I came to Chicago
and
to
podcasting.
Yeah, and podcasting. That would take up too much of that time, and I'd be diving more into the hospitality industry. And if that's something I want to do, great. But it's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, I gotta go. Granted, I've got another hospitality job working, security at the door or whatnot. And this new job, and I've been telling you this, been telling other people this, no disrespect to the new job or anyone who works there or anyone who works there who so happens to watch this. It's the first job I've had in a long time that is just about the paycheck. Clocking in and clocking out, which might be good for some, but for me, I'm a very passionate man.
You think that has anything to do with the fact
I like things. I like to do things that I'm passionate about. Is what I'm trying to say. And this job, I'm not really passionate about. It's just I just do it and I'm done for the night.
You think that is anywhere related to like the fact that you went from a sort of more autonomous position, being like a manager, to kind of being like another drone, and now like realistically, even if you kind of wanted to in your position, you kind of can't have like a big impact on like what happens day to day and things like that?
Nope, because when I was a drone back at my other job before I became a manager there, I still loved it. And I was mostly, doing security before I got promoted to manager, and loved that for years. You know what I mean? So I don't have a problem with that. It's just the location I was at. Thought it was one of the coolest places. Still think one of the coolest places in Chicago, to now being at a regular sports bar. Just I liked the other job because of everything it had there, which made it different from a regular other bar.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is a level of that last place that had a very weird kind of like hidden gem quality to it. I think that there was some cool things that they did and had, but I think, not to get too in detail, but like, sometimes like motherfuckers work at Disney and they're unhappy. You understand? You understand that?
Yes.
You know what I mean? People at Disney hate working there, and so I think it eventually got a little like that. Everyone wants to work at Disneyland until you do, and then you're not allowed to pee for 16 hours. I'm not saying that was happening to the other job, but you understand what I mean. And I think sometimes things aren't as good as they appear.
Yeah.
You know
or
what I mean?
Call me crazy, but maybe if you're at a job for years and years and years, it eventually just goes down. Eventually you need a change. Some jobs people do for decades and years, and it's like, I love it, I'll keep doing it. Some jobs, they just, with time, you just get bored and want to do something else, or it's just not hitting the same like it used to. And I think that's completely normal, completely fine,
I mean, a job is a lot like any other kind of relationship. There's a honeymoon phase, there's a actually get to know you phase, and then sometimes there's a fall out of love phase, and I think sometimes it's in the restaurant industry, especially, it's dangerous when people get to, it's interesting. It's like they want people to be passionate and treat it like it's a family, right? But like that includes, like, because we're all adults, that's not you're the parent on the child. Nobody wants that again, It's more like how in a family everybody has a say and things like that. So, I think it doesn't actually, it behooves ownership and managers and things like that of companies to want people to act like a family, in the sense where like you'll do anything for me, or we'll do anything for each other, but not in the sense of like, hey, I don't want to do this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go to church this Sunday. You know what I mean? I don't want to. You know what I mean? No. And the fact that like, if it's like, I don't want to go to church this Sunday, doesn't mean like you're excommunicated from the family now, unless you're like a Scientologist or a fucking Mormon. But you know what I'm saying? Those people are psycho. But I think that once enough getting told, shut up. You know what I mean? Okay. Will eventually make people go, well, then I guess I'm just clocking in and clocking out.
Hey, understandable.
And I think that's natural. And I think a lot of people should have that mentality of like, keep in mind that this job isn't actually there to help you like that. You're there to help them, and then when they're done with you, they're done with you. You know what I mean?
But when it came to finding a new job, having a new job, and having extra time to do more improv and acting, excuse me, I've gotten into other teams and other things going on. So
Yep.
as y'all are aware, my main team was the Dogs. Still is the Dogs. You know, depending on how many shows we do. But hey, they got the biggest on my heart, and the thing I'm the most happy and proud to.
You guys just did a pretty big, really good show.
Yeah, when we just did our first show at Comedy Sports in Milwaukee, which, side note, fantastic venue, fantastic place. It was my first time ever going to Comedy Sports up in Milwaukee, but the venue's great, the staff is great, the drinks are cheap. I can go gush and go on, but if you have
$3 beers, $3 beers in year of our Lord 2025 is crazy.
Yeah, in this economy. So look at me.
2 shots of makers for $10.
Fappers. If you get the chance to go to Comedy Sports in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, see some good shows, have some good beer, have a good time. Can't recommend it enough. So definitely go to Comedy Sports in Milwaukee. You're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Trust Brother Ramon.
Yeah, it was awesome, and the show was really good. You guys had a really good turnout. Sam can put people in a door. I don't know if those are all just he's got a big ass Dutch family, but or whatever he is. You know, like that. The crowd was good. They were engaged. They had a good time. I had a good time. I was high as fuck because I was on antibiotics coming off of an ingrown nail. And so I didn't realize, I thought Google was tripping, that for some reason antibiotics makes like weed just hit you way harder.
Yeah.
I had like 3 hits, and I'm a daily smoker, and I had like 2 or 3 hits in the car hours earlier, and I was still like, you ever be high at the movies and it's almost like you forget you're at the movies? Yeah. It was like that for a hot minute, you know? I would only notice that I would only remember where I was whenever Allie would switch off when I would see her stand up in front of me and go on stage. Also, shout out Allie. She's Robinson. Yeah. Really, Sam's sister. You know. Yeah, Sam's sister. But they don't, they can't search that. They can't search. Yeah. Allie was a new addition to the dog show. She was very funny. She was a very good actor. It was cool. That was a really cool format that you guys did. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, I'm with them, but I'm also with now RPG 13. They are a D&D based improv team, but we don't go by Dungeons and Dragons because Dungeons and Dragons is litigious as fuck, and they actually sent them a while back cease and assist letter about using Dungeons and Dragons because that is a copyright thing. It was like Dungeons and Dragons choose your own adventure. That tagline, that stuff is like, don't do that unless you're them. That's so weird. I mean, considering it's like a franchise that's built its name off of homebrew. Yeah, it's really weird. Be careful if you ever got something similar going on. But I'm with them. We just got done with a run of shows at Second City in March. Every Saturday we were in the Blackout Cabaret, 7:30s on Saturdays. That was a lot of fun with them. Another team I'm part of now is called Let's Play a Game. They are... Wait, the Blackout Cabaret was in March? Mm-hmm. I thought that was in February. No, it was March. Oh, okay. Yeah. What? I get what you're doing. There it is. Blackout. But that's changed. Anyway. That's been a lot of fun. Oh, yeah, Let's Play a Game. They are a horror-based improv team. I have a run of shows with them in July. How does a horror-based improv team work? What is that? So we do games, and then we have like fear or horror-based improv games, and then our host will be like something that takes inspiration from a horror for like maybe the host who plays an alien or a slasher or something like that, and they're kind of directing the show that way. So is it horror in the sense of like horror elements? Think maybe B horror movies. You know what I mean? Still horror, but they're funny. Do you guys have props? Yeah, we do things called like fear challenges where we'll be use stuff like props and using games and stuff like that. It's hard to describe, but definitely look us up on Instagram. They've been around for a while, just like RPG 13. These are teams that I auditioned for and I'm part of, so I'm very new to the team. And Let's Play a Game. We have not, ever since I've gotten with them, we have not met in person just yet with different schedules and stuff like that. So we just got done with a virtual meeting yesterday, which went really well, going over some games and some
fear challenges we're making up, but we haven't had a chance to come together, and at least my introduction with the team haven't had a chance to come together, and I haven't seen one of their shows. Same thing for RPG 13. When I auditioned for them, I didn't see a show. I just saw the call for an actor, and I'm like, hey, you got me. You know what I mean?
So real quick, just let them know the name of the groups and the Instagram tags.
Oh, for sure, but I gotta keep cooking. The stove is on. I didn't turn that shit off.
Okay.
You see it sizzling.
True.
You see it sizzling, and you're about to put the pan on.
I smell it. Well, no, I'm just saying.
Let me keep cooking.
While you're talking about it, maybe they got a dual screen.
Side chef over here.
They're over here, they pull their phone out, send a follow. That sounds fun.
All right. You're saved. Anyway, I'm also part of two plays. One is called The Truth About Love. That's going to be at the Annoyance every Monday in June. I play the character Ted. The whole musical is about love and different forms of love. The characters all represent like the Greek phases or forms of love, like the love of friendship, the sexual love of family stuff, love of, so on and so forth. You know what I mean?
What do you play? Who do you play? The love of cheeseburgers?
That's me. But no, you have to come and see the show. Okay. It is also very, it's going to be sexual in nature, little raunchy in places. I don't even want to spoil some of the stuff, because I think you're going to have a good time either way. But it is not a show for the kiddos,
nope.
So. Bring your significant other, bring whoever, and definitely enjoy that. The music, acting, all that's going to be a fun and great time. And then the last play I'm part of, or sketch show she's calling it, is our friend, my good buddy, your good buddy Jess.
Oh yeah, she was on the Valentine's Day episode.
Yeah, on the Valentine's Day episode. Yeah. Her and her friend and our friend Emily got together to write a sketch show or a play about working at a mall or working in retail, and it is hysterical, super funny. I got the role of the security guard of the mall. I'm not in it much. I got a monologue and I'm in the background here and there, but it is one of the funniest things I've ever been a part of.
Hell yeah. Jess is hilarious.
All right, so if you're interested in following any of the
and that's going to be every
Friday in May next month. So it's coming up. It is coming up quick.
Cool.
Oh, I'm also doing another Star Wars sketch show.
Okay.
My old team back in Tinley Park, Fourth Wall, they
With
used to
Josh, right? Is that his name? Okay, cool.
They used to do a Star Wars show every May the 4th. Fourth Wall isn't doing it anymore, but a lot of the old members from Fourth Wall are in a different team called Main Stage, and the main person of Main Stage is our buddy Garrett, who was also part of Fourth Wall, but it's his troupe.
Is he the blonde kid? Oh no, that's Finn.
Yeah, no,
right?
yeah. I guess if you're thinking about Finn, but no, Garrett. I don't know if you ever went to go see a Fourth Wall show, but he is a elderly white man, glasses, nice, super friendly energy.
Did he come into HQ once or twice?
Never. I don't think so.
then no, I don't know.
But anyway, so here are the the hashtags, the tags, whatever.
The usernames. The
ats. There we go.
Jesus,
so
boomer fuck.
So for RPG 13, it's gonna be this all on Instagram. It's gonna be at RPG 13 Improv. For Let's Play a Game, it's gonna be at Let's Play .AG. There you go. For
why AG? Oh, Let's Play .a game.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
There you go.
Got it.
If you haven't followed the dogs, you need to be following the dogs. That is going to be dogs with a W. That is DAWGS _ with _ a with a _ a W. So dogs _ with _ a _ W.
Okay. And make sure you also follow Fake Ass Podcast IG. That would be great.
That'd be great too.
Anyway,
then The Truth About Love, the musical, is just at The Truth About Love, the musical. And then at The Devils is in the retail. That's going to be just stuff. So
The Devils is in the retail.
Yes.
The Devils
Devils in the Retails.
The Devils in the Retails.
Yes.
Okay, not the Devils is in the Retails.
Yeah, and it'd be funny.
Okay.
A cool thing to do, with the power of editing is you can put the stuff up there while we're doing this. So just in case, if that for the audio only, hopefully you got it. But if you're watching this, it's there.
Yeah. I love when he volunteers me for more work. That's that would be great. You got nothing going on, right?
Then when it comes to watching wise, my lady beloved, we started watching. She's been watched it, but The Handmaid's Tale. It was my first time watching it. Pretty much just finished season 1. That's been a lot of fun and always relevant from 2016 to where we are now. It just feels always a sense of wow. That's the best way I could talk about it without rambling on about it. But if you haven't watched The Handmaid's Tale, good shit.
I was talking to my mom about Mad Men, and one of the main side characters is the chick from that, Elizabeth Moss, I think, the main chick from that show. And she starts off like the new, in Mad Men, sort of like the new kind of like, not really ditzy, but just like starry-eyed, like probably like 18, 19-year-old sort of chick. Young girl, new in the office, very conservative, kind of like out of place, And in the current seasons, her name is Debbie. In the current seasons, I love me some Debbie. She is such a bitch now. Like now she's like running shit. She's like boss shit. Like she's meaner than some of the dudes sometimes. Like she's brutal and it's awesome. But anyway, I was talking to my mom about that show and she was saying that about that character and everything. And I was like, oh, the girl from The Handmaid's Tale. And what I didn't realize is that's based on a book from like forever ago.
Yep.
Like my mom said she read that book when she was like young. And she's like, even then I thought like this is scarily possible, in like the 90s or the 80s or whatever it was that she read it. So it's, it's crazy sometimes that when literature is very, or just any media really is able to kind of predict, you know what I mean? And sort of see the trends and see where things are going and shit. I think that's really cool.
For sure. And then the main thing watched and finished is Adult Swim's magnum opus, Common Side Effect.
All right, yep, let's get into it.
That is
Common Side Effect.
That is fantastic. So to give you...
Hold on. Spoilers.
Spoilers. Give them some time.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the show for real.
That's Jay. All right, so to give you a quick synopsis of the show... it is the hypothetical situation, the idea of what if there was a drug or something that cured all diseases? How would that go about?
And it was
what are the
natural,
ways? What entails all that? And that's what it is. It is Adult Swim's version of Breaking Bad.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it is that level of cinema. The animation may be a little jarring at first, but once you continue to watch some more episodes, you kind of get used to it and love it. But I cannot recommend this show enough when it comes to, the acting, even the art, the style, the story, the character, relationships, all that. And it is by half the creation by the creator of King of the Hill and Beavis and Butthead, Mike Judge. So it's another Mike Judge property. He also did Silicon Valley. And
Silicon Valley was awesome. Did you ever see that?
I have not yet.
Oh, man. Silicon Valley is a great show. That shit is hilarious. Like, there's a lot of... have you ever seen any of it?
I think you showed me a clipper here, but that's it.
What's great about Silicon Valley is, like, it's like Big Bang Theory, but feels more like actual, realistic, R-rated, relatable. Like they're still dumb stoner assholes, kind of at the end of the day. Like, there's a scene towards the end of season 1 where, like, they're trying to figure out this problem, and they realize they're fucked. And they're got to present this big presentation that'll like get them a bunch of money if they like win the thing or whatever. And they realize like their tech is fucked or whatever, it's broken or bugged or something, and they're trying to figure it out. And like all like the smartest guys they got, but one of them says something like, we're fucked, dude. There's no way I'm gonna actually, like, no way we're gonna get this, even if I jerk off every single person in the audience. And then someone's like, which is impossible, right? And then like one of the guys, something they say like he breaks off and actually solves the problem, And the whole time it keeps cutting back to these other dudes who are up all night with this giant whiteboard doing like the mathematical equations of like, oh, okay, so if we line everybody up by height, and then we only have 30 minutes for the speech. So if you like line everybody up by height, and you're just switching out cocks as mid-stroke, you line up two in front, two behind. So you're stroking 2 cocks with each hand, and they're like at exactly the velocity of 29 miles per hour, and they're like do the whole thing, and they figure it out. And they realize it is possible to jerk off everybody to completion within the audience in the allotted 30 minutes. And so, like, at the end of the episode, when they all come together, like both teams people are like, we got it! and then, like, they do the speech, they win, whatever, they get the thing. And then, like, during the speech afterwards, when they're all, like the after speech or whatever, when they're, like, they already won and they're, like, getting the award, that guy is like, we couldn't have done any better if I jerked off every single one of you. And I can. We have the data.
Funny as how it's jerk off, because if it was fingering, it'd be different.
Whole different story.
A whole different story. That's a little more nuanced. That isn't just slamming and just going. It's a little more, caress, finesse, if you will.
Yeah, there's a reason those glory hole videos with like the 3,000 cum shots or whatever only go one direction. If it was reversed, it'd just be one guy stuck on one stubborn housewife. For 30 minutes.
Not even know what to sweat. All right.
Yeah.
I got to talk about your day.
Yeah.
Oh. The foreplay and everything.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, Silicon Valley. Common Side Effects is great. I feel like the animation style has that almost like King of the Hill thing where, like you said, at first it feels a little bit bad. And then the more you're watching it, the more you realize like this simple animation style actually allows for a lot of like really cool animation shit to happen.
Yeah.
Like spoilers. Like that scene where towards the end of season 1 where like you think Marshall died for like the 5th time and he goes tumbling down the hill.
Yes.
Like that was filmed very, or I guess,
yeah, that was, I believe, episode
crazy.
8 or 9, and I remember after watching that, I was just nervous, like, I don't know, because he already died plenty of times, but I was just nervous, like, how is he going to come back from this, just because just the way it happened, the location, stuff like that, I just didn't feel like there was a chance. And then, like, I don't know, 5 minutes within episode 10 or whatever, he was like, oh, someone found him, he's good to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't want to spoil too much or ramble on about it too much, but it is truly good. It's as of right now, season 1 just dropped. Just 10 episodes. Truly take the time and watch that. Can't recommend it enough.
Yeah.
Other than that, that concludes